In this video, I'll be drawing my own characters into real pictures. I will be going to a few random normal locations, and I'm going to take a bunch of pictures at each one, and then later I will compile them all up and we'll go through them and I will pick which ones I want to use to draw my characters into. And stay tuned until later in the video because I have this little announcement. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Liberty. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Alright, so we are back a couple days later, but I have all of the pictures to choose from. I'll just put the pictures that I'm looking at on screen. This bridge one, the one from the cemetery, this one is like so clear. I wanted the characters to be the center of attention, but with this one, because the person would be so small on the bridge, I'll do a sketch for reference. It would be really pretty and cool because this picture is gorgeous, but the picture can be gorgeous by itself. The drawing couldn't have its own glory, you know what I'm saying? Alright, next. Alright, so I didn't want to actually go into a random little cafe and take pictures, even though that's the vibe that I'm going for, and there was nobody there at the Dunkin' Donuts, so I wanted to go for something like friends just hanging out, talking, but all the pictures are like kind of dark. I will have to brighten those. And then the park. All of them are so pretty and the sun is like beaming through the trees. Like the little dock thing, there's like this little sitting area. It's got the best lighting and it just like frames so well. It would make the characters the main focus. Here are the two final pictures that I chose to add my characters into. I only picked two because I'm going to be drawing multiple characters into each drawing and I already know it's going to take forever. So let's get into the drawing process. Okay, we're starting off with the picture from the park, and I decided to draw two of my first characters that I've ever made, Octavius and Rosaline. For each picture, I kind of wanted it to be telling a little story. I just wanted the characters to be interacting within the drawing in some way. I didn't actually decide what they were working on or talking about, so it could be anything, which I kind of like about it, because then they could be working on some sort of project, writing a story, doing a study. I really like this picture because, like I said before, it frames the characters so well and it makes them the main focus. This drawing took probably altogether like 14 or 15 hours, I can check, but one of my favorite parts was adding the shadows if they actually were there, because I think it's just so satisfying and it ties in the picture and the drawing a little bit more. This was the first drawing and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. So here is the fully finished drawing. Okay, now stop. Hold on. Before we get into the rest of the video, remember how I said there was this tiny little announcement? Yeah, well, this is that segment. Here's the timestamp to get into the second drawing. But my little announcement is I made a second Instagram account. I know probably like, what the crap, this sounds so unnecessary, but the second Instagram account is going to be specifically for my art because I have not posted any pictures of any of my work that I've done in like 8 months or more probably. I was thinking to myself and I was like, why don't I just make another account specifically for my art so I don't have to worry about mixing in the content on my main account. I've been planning to do this since the beginning of this year, so at the same time as also making this new Instagram account, I'm also launching a TikTok account. By the time this video comes out, I'm launching the Instagram and the TikTok the day before I post this video, so I'm putting all of my old art first and then I will slowly start releasing new art that's happened more recently. So if you're interested, go check out my art Instagram and my TikTok. They're listed on screen now. Now let's get into the second drawing. For this drawing, I have my characters Sylvie, Atlas, and Rain with her cat Spooksy, which if some of you have been on my channel before, you might recognize Rain and her cat because she is one of my newest characters and she is actually from a video my boyfriend Kale and I did last year, and I wanted to bring her back because I haven't drawn her since that video. So here she is, and Sylvie is kind of a newer character too. I made her a little over a year ago. In this drawing, I made her hair 2 braids, which I actually really like, and like I said before, the scene that I was going for is like friends hanging out and talking in some sort of little coffee coffee shop or cafe or whatever. This drawing took me 24 hours. It's been a minute since it took me that long for a drawing, but to be fair, it's 3 full-body characters with the cat and the laptop, so yeah guys, this video took forever and I was working super hard to get it out this month. After I finally finished all of the rendering, which was the longest part for sure, and eventually I finally got it done for this video, so here is the final drawing of Sylvie, Atlas, and Rain. Here is a side-by-side of both of the drawings together. I'm actually quite happy with both of these, and this also reminded me how I have so many characters that I haven't drawn in a long time, like some of my super old characters that haven't been updated. So you will probably be seeing more updated OCs of mine in the future. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Really, you're gonna leave right when I start doing my outro. I'm really happy with how both of the drawings turned out. So if you stayed this long, leave a comment. I've spent over 30 hours on this video for the drawing and the recording and the editing. So it'd mean a lot if you liked and subscribed or left a comment. You can follow all 3 of these accounts now on screen. And I hope to see you next month with a new video. Goodbye!